some of you are in our card club, but maybe some of you join in on card swaps. That's where everybody makes a card and they send it to like everyone in the group, and then everyone in the group sends them a card. And it's like a card swap. You swap cards with each other. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to be making multiples. I don't have that many cards to make today, but you know, even if you're making more than 2, sometimes it's easy. It's nice to have a quick, easy, fast way to do it. So some of the card I've already done. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing because, I mean, you know how to put on ribbon. And so this is my card basis, and I've even done the inside. So the thing that is sometimes time consuming is the stamping. And you can see that so Sweet Conversations, I'm going to use the 3 little hearts and the Happy Valentine's Day. Everything else is going to go back on the inside there at some point. Won't make you wait for that either. Now when you're doing multiples, sometimes usually you'll stamp and then die cut, but and that's a lot of glare, isn't it? But if you're doing multiples, there's an easier way than to have to do each individual one. So I'm going to use You're Just Perfect, and I'm going to use the little cat. And the thing that I think is so cute about this is it says, "I'll catch you later, dear friend." And there's a cat looking at a fish. And I just thought that was kind of a cute little, "I'll catch you later, friend." Okay, so where are we? So to make this card, I'll give you the dimensions in case you want to make a similar one. Of course, you have your basic 8.5 by 5.5 thick basic white, scored at 4 1/4 and score, and then burnished. And then you have for the inside 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP is 4 by 5 1/4 as well. Then there's a 7-inch piece of real red linen, faux linen ribbon, not real linen, but faux linen ribbon. And then for the inside is a piece of white, 3 3/4 by 5. That's going to be on the inside. We'll stamp on that. And then this label that I was showing you comes from, let me show you, because I really want to encourage you to get this. This is one of my biggest go-tos, Tasteful Labeled Dies. And you can see all these fun labels. And I'm using this one today, this largest one here. So Tasteful Labeled Dies, get those if you haven't already. Okay, so this is our label. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. Let's see. Put this aside for now. So this is a rubber stamp, so it has foam already on it, so we don't need the foam for this. But I do like to put just a little bit of to give it a little bit of lift so that I get a nice even stamp. The stamp touches evenly. So to do this, this is something I had left over from one of the die cuts that I did. I'm going to use this. So first of all, I'm going to do the kitty cat with the fish and get the backing off. I like to save my backings, and then when I'm done with the stamp set, I put all the backings back on. Is that not crazy? I guess everybody has their own little things that they like to do, and that's one of the things that I like to do. So, and I just keep it in with my stamps. Okay, let's see. So, first thing is we're going to stamp we're going to stamp with our little, oh, you know what, first thing is I'm going to clean that off. So this is what I use, Lynn's cleaning wipes. What somebody in the group said they use cotton balls and alcohol. I'm not sure, I guess you could use that. I might be concerned about alcohol. These little squares that are in it are actually etched. They're not painted on there, so I don't know that alcohol would hurt. So I had wiped these with wipes, but you can see there's still a lot of ink on there. So these, and I bought these at Sam's. I think there were like 200 of them in the box, maybe even more. But that red ink, even when you wipe it off with the regular, it stays on there. So it's good to have this to clean it off every once in a while. And it makes such a difference. You don't have that red haze. It turns pink too. All right, that's enough of that. I don't want to spend your time, spend all your time watching me clean my Stamparatus. That's no fun for you. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, so we were going to stamp our little. We just want to make sure we stamp it where we can maneuver our template. We'll call it a template. I'm going to stamp him or her. Now, sometimes I get like dust on there, and I have a brush. You can use a toothbrush. You can keep a spare toothbrush there. That might be the best thing. Whoops, sorry. I don't know where this sometimes gets these little pieces of, I think it's from the paper that I take off of it when they cut that paper backing. Some of it gets on your stamp, so I am cleaning off all those tiny little pieces of whatever that is, fuzz or dust or something. Okay, so when I use black and it's detailed, I like to rub around and then dot. Okay, so I really love real rubber stamps. They don't stick to my paper and try to pull up like photopolymers do. So there's definitely pros and cons to both. Now I want this to say you're just perfect. And so here's this. I want to make sure it's going to fit in there. And that's about where I want it. And I want to make sure that, so this is, I'm going to use, I had an idea. Let me see if my idea works out. Probably not, because, nah, it probably won't. Anyway, I have to make sure that that's going to stamp straight. I think if I line it up with this, it's going to be straight. So let me do that. You're just perfect. Now you can move my hands without moving the stamp. Yep, they're gonna touch. Need to bring it down a little bit. Because they're gonna touch. Oh, I might not be able to do it all in one stamp. Let's see. Because they're touching. Alright, there they go. They're so close. Maybe if I bring this down just a tad. There. So now I'm going to, I forgot to remove my plastic. Now I got ink all over it. That's not good. Okay, now let's see how that's going to stamp. Yeah, that works. So now what I want to do, I want to make sure this doesn't move. First of all, I want to get my Stampin' Seal, put just a little bit there, and I don't want it to be too sticky, so I'm going to put some of the oil from my hands on it so that it's not too sticky. My hands aren't too oily because I just took a shower. Alright, now this is where it comes in handy to do multiples. Make sure I get the right side up. I'm going to slip that in there. Ink that up. And stamp. Oops, his ear is a little bit, when I brought it down, his ear is too far, so I need to bring that up a little bit. There. Yep. Let me test it on this since it's already a bust. That way I don't mess up another one. It's good to die cut a few extra when you're going to be doing something like this, just in case there's a mess up. Okay. It is working now. And it's good to have this handy to get it up off that. Okay, so now we're ready for our assembly line. And my hands are dry, so I'm going to get some of my Sort Quick from Office Depot. I think you can get it from Amazon. All right, here we go. I don't know what this is called. Could be fast stamping. Or multiple stamping. Okay, so there's one. I don't like the way that fishy comes out. My pad might be a little dry. Shocker, right? There, I like that fishy better. Alright, so there's one. Set that aside. And two. So you can see this is an easy way to line up your stamps and not have to, it's kind of effortless really. The first one takes a little time, but after that it is pretty effortless. And it does help if your ink pad's not dry. So I thought about doing the You're Just Perfect in red, but I decided I wanted to keep this simple and easy since I had so many to make. That's another thing you want to be careful of when you're making multiples. Depending on how much time you have and how much you enjoy spending in your craft room, you want to try to keep your cards simple, because simple is much easier to make several of than detailed, because it's fun to get cards from people in the mail. It's fun to send cards, it's fun to get cards. So hopefully that gives you an idea. If you have something to die cut and you have you want to stamp multiples, that's an easy way to go for that. Now to do the inside, don't get ink on them. First of all, make sure you have no ink on your hands. And you want to do multiples of the same on the inside. Now these are, the next stamps are going to be photopolymers, so I have to change. I have to take from this to this. And that's got something gooey on it. I am going to use the other side of this. And I don't want this sliding, so I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here. This is plastic. This is the deluxe foam mat. This is why I suggest that you get it. So the magnet will help it somewhat from sliding, but you don't, putting the adhesive on the bottom really helps. Now we're going to pull in our sweet conversations and use Happy Valentine's Day and then the 3 hearts. And this, I'm going to use my 4x6 plastic to begin with. I could clean that with, is this red too? Inside, I think I will use red ink inside. Yeah, red ink inside. Well, maybe I'll do Happy Valentine's Day in black to be consistent. And I want it to be up high because I want to be able to do this and the hearts. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp that in black. Make sure that plastic's back in the corner. This has only been done in red, so all right, so we have Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to take my and line that up. And that looks good. So now I'm going to get a pencil. And because I'm going to be doing multiples of these, and I don't want to have to do this every single time that I line it up, I'm going to do my corners with the pencil. So I know that when I line it up in these corners, it's going to be where I want it. And then these little red hearts, I can kind of see through there just to make sure they're straight. They look good. Now they're going to be in red, so, and this is photopolymer, so we have to be careful when we pick up. So I hope you're following me. All right, so black and red for the hearts. Let me get this out of the way so I don't get ink on them. I might need to throw something underneath there. I've been using my red a lot. It might be dry. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day for the inside. That happy is so much darker than the rest of it. And then I can do my hearts again. Okay, so there's one. Now to do more. So now I'm going to bring in my next one, and where I've made my marks, I put my card right there. And stamp again. And hopefully it won't move because you know it is photopolymer, so it likes to move. So black up here, red down there, and stamp. Okay. keep those magnets apart. We don't want those magnets together. So you can see this would be an easy way to do your insides without having to every single time line it up and hope that it lines up straight. Okay, I got a lot of red down here at the bottom. I don't know why. Now to color these, I'm going to use my blends, and I really haven't decided what colors I'm going to use. So this is going to be kind of an adventure for us. And don't we love adventures? Now I know that water is going to be, Pool Party is usually good for water. Light Pool Party. And these are all going to go on the inside, which I'm not going to make you watch me put all of these on the inside. That would not be fair to you, and I'm not going to have you watch me color every one of these guys because that would not be fair to you either. We'll just do one together. So I know the goldfish I want to be Daffodil Delight, or do I want crushed curry? I think I want crushed curry. I thought I had a smoky slate. Don't we have a smoky slate? What is this? Yeah, this is smoky slate. These are black. They look blue to me, but it says it's basic black. All right, so we have the glass and we have water. The glass, I think Pool Party, Light Pool Party for the glass. And then the goldfish, I like to use my brush tip. And just do my water. So I'm trying to be like really creative and do like everybody else I see, but so we're going to just go with this like this, and we're going to pretend like we just don't know what we're doing because we don't, and it'll still be cute. It just won't look like real professional. Is that the wrong one? Yeah, that one, the tip is all torn up on that one. Light Daffodil Delight. He's a cute little fish. All right, and he's looking up at his kitty. Gray it was really dark, but hey, light smoky slate. No, that's dark. Dark, dark, dark. Light smoky slate for my kitty. I don't care. There, like I said, nothing fancy, but still so cute. And then sometimes it's good to add a little color down here at the bottom. So what color should we add to kind of make it blend in? Let's try petal pink. I think I'll go with the petal pink. I mean, really, let's not get too worried about this. There, yeah, that works. Okay, so then this guy's gonna go here. You that are in my card class, my card club, you get to see a sneak peek. Now I had some red hearts left over and I have backing on them, so that makes it easy to add these. And what am I going to put? What am I going to put on? Am I going to put that on with glue dots or pop it up? I think I'll pop it up. Give it some dimension. That adds a lot to it. Dimension always adds. Now if I use the little ones, it won't be too much. I do want to avoid that ribbon though. So there we go. Avoiding the ribbon. Whoops. Yeah, that's cute. I mean, it doesn't reflect you know, artistic ability, but it's cute. I gotta put him in the center here, or her, in the center of that ribbon. And then these have backing, so easy peasy. That's another trick. If you put some adhesive backing on your cardstock before you die cut, like I plan to do with the rest of my cards that I'm going to do for my card club. And you can also reposition them too. That's another good thing. Now I have some red rhinestones that will bling it up, but do we want them? Do we want them? If you're ever wondering, do I want them or not, and you don't want to commit, it's a good idea to take your scissors, assuming you can find them, and you cut the plastic, and then that allows you to put it on your card and move it around without committing yourself. So I like the hearts. I think the hearts are enough. So I could put this on the heart, but I could also do that. What do you think? Usually you do things in 3, but because I have the 3 hearts, I don't feel like I have to put 3. Just trying to fill in some blank spaces here. So maybe one right there and one right there. Yeah, that kind of fills up some blank spaces. If I put 3, that'll be too much. So it's still odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as long as it's odd, it's okay. You want 3, 5, 7. You just don't want even. Okay, so that's my inside. And you know, oh my goodness. You guys are going to laugh at this. And I hope you've never done this. Look at this. That is not going to work because look, this is for portrait and this is not a portrait card. Guess what? I'm going to have to redo these. I'll use these in another card, in another Valentine's Day card I make. But yeah, I'm going to have to redo that. So lesson learned, make sure you're doing it in the right direction. So thanks for joining me for my craziness. I hope I gave you some ideas on how you can make your crafting faster and easier and more enjoyable. Learn from my mistakes. Have a great weekend, and I will see everyone Monday. All right. Bye.